giving the ladies heavy makeup. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the movie titled Two Can Play. So this movie stars SODK and some other Nollywood stars. So the movie talks about a couple. This woman, she was trying and making every effort to make her husband love her more. He didn't really care much about her. She spoke to him about it. He didn't really want to have the conversation because he was having an affair with his secretary at the office. So she tried her best. She was always trying to be a good wife, but the husband seemed not to be interested in her at all in any way. So there was another couple, which is the secretary the man is having an affair with, and her own husband. The secretary also did not have any affection for her husband anymore because she gave her husband some money to do a business deal, which he was about to lose the money. So because of that, she did not respect her husband. Was like, you lost my money. I gave you money to do a business. You lost my money, blah, 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 and all that. So she herself, she was not giving her husband any attention at home, despite the fact that her husband was trying his best to make his wife love him more. So it turns out that this other lady, she's a financial expert. So the man was looking for who was going to save his business. That's the husband of the secretary. He was looking for who was going to save his business. So he um was one way or the other linked up with this woman who her husband is cheating on. So the woman is a financial expert, and one thing led to another. So himself and this woman, they became friends. So to get the story clearly, one man is dating his secretary, while the secretary's husband has now linked up with the wife of that man. So it turns out that one thing led to another. This man's wife started dating the secretary's husband. They were having an affair as well. So it was now like, maybe that's why the movie is Two Can Play. I'm not going to tell you everything, but it was now like, okay, the woman was finding happiness elsewhere. Turns out that her own husband got to a point where he was not trying to win back the affection of his wife, saying that he loves her and everything, blah, 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 and all that. While the secretary's husband was no longer very interested in his wife because he was getting affection elsewhere from this other lady. But then you would get to discover that the reason why this man was trying to win the affection of his wife back is because his wife is the owner of the company that he works. So his intention were not true. But then a lot of things happened, and you need to see how this movie ended. The ending is not bad. The ending is nice. It's okay. So it comes to the point where I draw my criticism, and then I rate the movie. So what I would like to criticize about the movie is the fact that it has these indoor settings, from office to one living room to another living room to a bedroom, blah blah blah, and all that. There was not too much outdoor settings. I feel like every movie should have a lot of good outdoor settings so that it does not look like it was rushed or hurried. That's one of the faults. Then another thing about Nollywood is that I don't know what's with Nollywood. Giving the ladies heavy makeup, you are expected to just have woken up early in the morning and you have a heavy makeup on. I really don't know why they do that in their movies, but I don't think it makes sense. If you are at home, you are not supposed to have a heavy makeup on early in the morning. That's another thing I think that they need to look out for in their movies. As for the acting, I think all the actors and the actresses, they did a very great job. You can watch this movie at, I think, Uche Mumbunamo. Is it Mumbunamo? I don't know, but the YouTube channel is on your screen. You can go watch it there. So if I would rate this movie, I would rate this movie a 7/10. Now I will explain why. I know I've complained about the indoor settings and all that, but this movie is getting a high rating because, number one, the actors and actresses, they did a great job. Their acting was nice. There was emotions and everything to it. Even though I'm not really familiar with some of the faces that acted in the movie, but I think they did a good job. That's part of the major reason why the movie is getting a good rating. Another reason why it's getting a good rating is that the storyline was okay. The storyline was okay, but the reason it should have gotten like an 8. But the reason why it's not getting an 8 is because I'm not a promoter of cheating, and I feel like the movie is promoting that if one couple is cheating, the other couple should cheat. But this, in real life, this often ends in disaster. Nobody should cheat in the first place. But cheating on someone who is cheating on you will only end in disaster. It never fixes the problem. So that's another reason why it lost some points. But for me to rate it a 7 over 10, it's a highly rated movie. It's not as if the budgeting and the pictures and everything was all that great, but I loved the story. I love the story. I like Esodike. He's a very good actor, and I think that everybody in the movie they played their role very well and almost perfectly. And then movies does not have to just be about kissing and all that. Are you acting well? Not be to the kiss, 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 kiss. So that's why the movie is getting a 7 over 10 from me. So just do your best to watch this movie. You are going to enjoy it. It's one of those movies that you really enjoy. You see, I'm not complaining today. I'm not ranting because I enjoyed the movie. So that's my rating for this movie. Thank you.